Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Bryant with SFOT Source, your premier unofficial guide to Six Flags over Texas. I'm here with Adam.
Hey guys.
Who's a coaster guy, but we're back out at the park and it's fairly busy. It is Labor Day weekend, so we are expecting a little bit of crowds, but we're gonna jump in, grab some lunch, check out all of the happenings for Fright Fest. It looks like a lot of stuff is going up, as you can see, but I'll kind of elaborate on that in a minute. And I also hear there are some pieces of a certain ride in the parking lot, so we'll check out that construction area, check out the parking lot as we're leaving the park, and really we're just gonna see what else we can find within the park. So let's go.
Let's do this.
So right here, as you go through security, you can see we've got cobwebs, we've also got gargoyles up on the fence line, and this looks really good. I hope this carries out throughout the park because it's very spooky and we are ready for spooky. And as you can see, they're also advertising their big flash sale that's happening right now. So right now is a pretty good time to buy or upgrade a membership if you need to do that. Now that we're inside the front gate in front of the Silver Star Carousel, you can see that some Halloween pieces have gone up. And you guys remember the closing show they used to do out here? Good times. Got some new merchandise here in Looney Tunes Mall, as you can see. A nice shirt, got a hat. I've got a bone to pick with this situation. None of that stuff is located at this park. Alright y'all, we're still in Looney Tunes Mall. We moved over to the Looney Tunes section and they have these really cool mugs that have various, you know, Looney Tunes characters on them. They're actually pretty big too. How much is that, Adam? Does it say on the bottom? $8.99. Wow, that's very cheap. So if you have Diamond Elite, that's only coming out to like $4.50. So
it's a good deal.
Yeah, very functional mug as well.
It's a lot of coffee, yeah.
All right, we are heading through the Old South section right here next to Southern Palace, and you can see more cobwebs are coming up. It looks really good. A few years ago, they actually had stuff hanging from these cobwebs, but I feel like they didn't do that last year. So maybe they'll do it again this year. That would be pretty cool. As we come through the front end of Old South, even more cobwebs, and Primo's Pizzeria is open, which is kind of wild. More cobwebs up in the trees here. So it's looking really good. I honestly don't care if they start the stuff early as long as it looks really good, because I think as they expand events, it gets a little trickier for the staff to figure out how things need to be paced. And as we venture through the Texas section, there's a lot more cobwebs all over everything, and this looks really good. I think if they light it up correctly at night, it's going to be a very effective piece of scenery for Fright Fest. But we're actually going to stop off here at the Texas Taco Bar, get us some lunch. Alright folks, we got two beef barbacoa tacos with flour tortillas. I do want to point out that there are different tortilla chips here than I am accustomed to, so for all you tortilla snobs, keep that in mind. I'll actually try one out and let y'all know what it tastes like. Alright folks, let's try this new tortilla chip situation. Fine. Pretty much tastes like the other ones, so fear not. And as we continue our way through Texas, more cobwebs. So it is kind of just cobweb central up in here, but I do like it, like I said. And they have started rebuilding Piggy's Bloodshed, the entrance to it. So pretty much all but confirms the fact that Piggy's Bloodshed is coming back. This will be your entrance. So looking forward to that. Over here by Back Porch Stage, they have a Fright Fest set up, and they're actually doing makeup. I think this is kind of a way for them to try and get more scare actors to sign up and be a part of the park. But out here in front of Gold River Adventure, they do have all of this decor set up. So I'm thinking that this is probably going to be a scare zone again, just because of the Art of Torture haunted house does kind of take up where the old one was. So you guys want to...
Also returning for 2019, we've got Piggy's Bloodshed right around the corner. It's actually undergoing...
And everything that we've talked about on our website is actually been accurate, so
what it's been in the past.
It's good to know all the haunted houses we've reported are coming back.
That we're doing to
He's actually talking about the fact that they're redoing Piggy's Bloodshed. So Very awesome. They do have some scare actors out here right now that are just kind of here, so that's interesting. It's really, honestly, a very clever way to advertise what's coming up in the park and to get people employed to scare you.
Right here in this area that you're in right now, this is going to be the Squeal Long Pig.
You guys listening?
This is just a sample of what the scare zone is going to look like. Around the corner, over past the tower, we've got Voodoo Swamp, which is getting a makeover. And it's going to look even more terrifying. Brett even said he's not going to go through it because the bayous of Louisiana just do not give him that comfortable feeling. So Voodoo Swamp getting a new makeover. We also have in the Gotham City section of the park, Anarchy Unleashed. I don't know why I said it like that. It was just fun. That one's also expanding and giving it a little bit of a makeover. You can see some of the new stuff that we're putting in Anarchy Unleashed over at Gotham City section.
We're gonna have to go check out Gotham City now.
We're gonna be adding more to that.
All right, so we have
We've got
4. Okay.
For those of y'all who do not.
So, just to reiterate, we have Squeal Long Pig, which is in this area. We have Voodoo Swamp coming back to Tower, Anarchy Unleashed coming back to Gotham City with an expansion, and Freaktown Sideshow in the USA section. So those are going to be your 4 scare zones for the 2019 Fright Fest season. So right here across from Gold River Adventure is going to be the Art of Torture, and just giving you guys a quick look, you can see it's really coming along. There is kind of like a nasty person thing out there. I just don't know if you guys can see it with the way the sun is, but this will be one of the 3 brand new haunted houses coming to Fright Fest this year, and we're looking very forward to it. It's also worth pointing out that there are 2 AC units back here, so it looks like we're going to be enjoying torture in comfort. Wait, does that make sense? I don't think it does. Alright y'all, we ventured up to the top of Oil Derrick. It was finally open, and I just wanted to show you guys the big old plot of land that no longer has Aquaman splashdown on it. They are preparing it for Aquaman Power Wave, and as you can see, looks like they're pretty much ready to get started on the construction. And we can't get a great view of it, but you can see here in Texas Arena right below us, that is where the Curse of Ra and the Alien Incubator haunted houses will be, and as you can see, things are really coming along there as well. One other thing that I want to point out on all of these houses that are ending up in tents is that they have air conditioning units. Even the Art of Torture over on the other side has AC units. So every haunted house, with the exception of maybe Blackout, we'll have to go see, is going to have air conditioning. So here at the Texas Arena will be one of your entrances. This will either be Curse of Ra or Alien Incubator. They have done some extra work in that tunnel since we've been here, but you really can't see anything now. We are going to keep kind of going down this way, and I'll show you the entrance to the other side. Here's the other entrance, and they have built kind of a tunnel in there, but you can see a little bit in there, and Adam's the one that moved to this. It totally wasn't me. So alright guys, we did backtrack back into the Old South section, got some Pink Thing ice cream, used my snack for a scoop of it, and the waffle cone is $1 upcharge, and we're just hanging out here in the Old South section, just like we always do. Very nice and calm out here. Take a look at this guy.
At Six Flags Silver, Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks good.
We made our way back to the tower section, and we're actually right here by Caddo Lake Barge. Just wanted to point out that the Voodoo Swamp pieces are starting to pop up, so you can see we've got some little building facades here, and these ones on the side are always here, but these over here are new, so it looks like they're in kind of the baby stages of getting this scare zone ready, because there's nothing else, but there's still plenty of time. A little bit of a closer look, there's actually wheels on these, and it's on a hinge, so this is going to swing out, and then the one over there is also going to swing out. So are they building a structure that we're going to have to walk through? That is interesting. We're going to have to stay tuned and see if more stuff pops up here, but I like where this is going. And we make our way through the Boomtown section. You can see that we have more signs of cobwebs, and they kind of actually go all the way through here. It is a little bit busy, so it's kind of hard to show you, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all, Fright Fest is looking really good so far, and it looks like they're really spending a lot of attention on it this year. Adam, what are we about to do? It's time to ride the mine train, my friends. It's time. It's been a while.
So we're actually here checking out to see if there's any Halloween decorations. Last year they did like a dollhouse theme, so we'll see if they bring that back this year. I really hope they do. It's really cool.
Adam,
What?
was there anything in there?
In the dollhouse?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
But I heard from the Dippin' Dots guy there may
Oh.
be some new upgrades.
Oh
Who knows?
geez, yep, for sure. This is where the Anarchy Unleashed scare zone will be, and we have our truck that was out here before. And this new interactive looking house structure, let me try to get a better view for you. It looks like this is something you're going to walk through, and there are probably going to be monsters in there. So that's interesting. I wonder if this is as big as it's going to be, or if they're going to add more, but I like it. This is cool. This is much more interactive. Oh, Adam is modeling for us. Much more interactive than what we've gotten in the past. Also made our way over further into Gotham City, and you can see that the Riddler Revenge is still down. It was down when we were here a couple weeks ago, so this isn't a good sign. Ugh. Just want to point out that over here by Harley Quinn's Insanity, it looks like we have some flats and some other pieces that are probably related to Fright Fest, so we'll have to see where those end up. You know what we're gonna ride next? Judge Roy Scream. I want to know in the comments below, do you guys like Judge Roy Scream? Because I do. We're over here at the Aquaman Power Wave construction site now that we have an official name for the ride. And they have added banners to the fence line that show you what is coming in 2020. And these are all things that we have posted before, but I will show you guys. Everything on the other side of the fence has looked the exact same since we did our last construction update, so I'll spare that for you, but here you can see what it looks like. Here's another banner that shows a lot of splashing happening. Those people look really unimpressed by the splashing, so I hope that's not a telltale sign of what's coming, because I think I'm certainly going to be more impressed than that. There's even more banners along this way. And it's really just all the concept art that they've shown before, and what would be more fitting than a super annoying noise. So I'm gonna be really impressed if the splash is that big. That's a really intense splash. Here's a quick look in the fence for those of you who haven't seen it. Big open space. I thought maybe this would be worth a look. You can kind of see over Daffy Duck Bucket Blasters to the big open nothingness void that once was Aquaman Splashdown and will soon be Aquaman Power Wave. Just want to give you guys a reference of the size of the ride. So here's the side entrance to Bugs Bunny Boomtown. The spike, one of the 148 foot tall spikes, is actually going to pretty much bump up right here, right next to Daffy Duck Bucket Blasters. I'll kind of walk down so y'all can see where that is. So essentially, one of the towers of this ride is actually going to just be like right here, and I'll kind of show you guys where the other one will be on the other side. Can I just point out one more time how possessed everyone on this ride looks? What is going on? Wow, did you guys know that when Aquaman Power Wave opens, we're gonna have floating train tracks? So cool. So that second tower is pretty much going to butt up right against here where Pandemonium is. Kind of just along the queue line here, and it's just gonna go down almost right up against the railroad tracks. So they really just barely fit it in here, but kind of gives you an idea of just how much room this is going to take up. What are you doing, Adam?
He looks really thirsty.
Adam, what are you doing? Adam, Adam, don't stick that in his mouth. Look at it, it's nasty.
Oh my gosh. I think he might be dead. He's been working here 12 hours.
He's been getting ready for Fright Fest. Look at this guy just hanging out in the Art of Torture haunted house. Just hanging out.
I think that looks like Pinocchio.
Pinocchio?
Looks like Pinocchio.
That is not Pinocchio. So for dinner, we're not eating cobwebs, but we decided to do something a little different than the norm. We actually ended up at Bubba's Hot Dogs, and if my camera would focus, there we go. This is the Texas Giant Best Dog. This has cheddar, I guess nacho cheese, bacon, and ranch on top of a hot dog and curly fries. So this is really intense. And just a reference where we just ate, this is Bubba's Hot Dogs. It's right here next to the Texas Depot train station and the entrance to Texas Giant. And then of course it does have this covered eating area that we just ate in. So we just rode El Aserradero, which is the log ride. And I may or may not have used one of my free Diamond Elite Photos purchases to get this picture of ridiculousness. We just kind of decided that we're gonna ride a bunch of stuff before we leave. So next up is Runaway Mountain. Hello folks. As Adam said before I started the video, this is a self-guided tour of parts for Aquaman Power Wave. As you can see, we've got some track. We got track all the way down there. They have kind of the skeleton for the footers over here. We'll actually get over there and I'll show that to you guys. So here are kind of those footer frames, and that should really kind of be the next step for the ride. It does look like the area over there is pretty cleared out, and I would imagine there's a decent few more shipments of stuff that's gonna have to come in, and obviously we only have a handful of the track over here. So pretty cool though, pretty cool to see. You can see right here, this is blatantly track pieces. So this looks like part of the curves, maybe to the towers, or maybe for the
Bunny Hill.
The Bunny Hill, yes, that's in the middle. And you can see there's more supports over here. So quite a few pieces here, but there's definitely going to be more to go. Okay. So we're going to have to keep a lookout for it. I'm sure a lot of this stuff is going to start ending up in the area fairly quickly. They're going to have to pour the footers and all of that's going to have to cure, but once that happens, we should start going vertical. So they haven't wasted any time clearing the area out, so it's all kind of a matter of time. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this trip to Six Flags Over Texas. I am legitimately excited about Fright Fest after just seeing all of the new stuff that's out at the park since we've been there last. The interactive elements that are coming to a lot of the scare zones look really fun. As we know, there are 3 new haunted houses and improvements coming to the 2 remaining. I think Blackout is probably going to be the same, but you're essentially going to have 5 haunted houses, 3 with all new experiences, 2 with upgraded experiences, and then you'll have the 1 returning one that'll probably be the same. So that is a pretty stout lineup of haunted house selections that I'm very excited about. Overall, it was a really great trip to the park. It was pretty busy with it being, you know, Labor Day weekend. There were a lot of crowds out there, but it was all managed really well. We didn't have a hard time getting food. We didn't have a hard time just walking around the park enjoying ourselves. Cleanliness was kind of kept up with, so that was really nice. And that kind of leaves us to our last point of Aquaman Power Wave. Very excited for this ride. If you haven't watched our info vlog about the opinions and the pros and cons, I encourage you to do that. It was the video we uploaded right before this one, and it just kind of goes through discussion of the new ride and kind of how we feel about certain elements. But it's great to see the land cleared out. It's great to finally have the announcement, and we have all those parts on site just waiting to be installed. So we should really start seeing work kind of pick up. You know, all of the small things, all of the structural things will start, and then we'll go on from there. So we will keep you guys documented on that as it goes. If y'all have any questions about Fright Fest or Aquaman Power Wave or of the park, please ask in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to answer those questions for you. We do have a detailed kind of section of the website for Fright Fest 2019. We do have a full guide that's going to be updated with all of this new information. We will have a photo construction update. We'll do a photo update of all the Fright Fest progress. Say that 3 times fast. So if you go to sfotsource.com, you will see all of those links on the main page in their respective categories. So I encourage you all to check that out. We thank you all for watching, and we'll see you at the theme parks soon.